welcome to Colwich Junction. As ever, thanks very much for taking the time out to watch this latest video update from the channel. This is only going to be a quick update about what's been happening at the junction over the last week. I've jumped on the bandwagon with these Hunt Couplings, which are great, as you can see from the running shots that'll be going across the screen in the next few minutes. They really work well on these Hornby Mark II coaches. So yeah, very impressed. I saw them on Dean Park and grabbed them before they sold out, and yeah, so far they look like a fantastic product. So as we all know, the standard tension lock couplings can be handled quite roughly, as these are here, but being pushed and pulled by hand. The next few shots are going to be the Hunt Couplings. Obviously, as we all know, they are magnetic, but they seem to stay together really well, even with some fairly heavy handling. So having watched the review of these couplers on Dean Park, to name but one channel, I decided to add some onto my Oxford Rail Mark III's, because the gaps between those with the standard tension locks is absolutely huge, as you can see on the rake just passing on the screen there. These couplings represent great value for money, around about the £15 mark for 10 pairs. They give you the flexibility to move your coaches apart and replace one coach with another. As long as you get your polarities the right way around, you won't have any problems. They certainly make handling rolling stock much easier than the old tension locks.
Stand behind the yellow line.
If you tuned into the channel, you will have noticed on the last update I've fitted the first of my inspection pits, which will be contained in my TMD shed. So I carried on and installed the second pit over the last week. I was happy with the track alignment eventually, and fitted it the same way, as you can see in the time-lapse. Very happy with the way it all went. The spacing of the track, somebody actually asked me on Facebook what the spacing was. It's exactly the spacing of the Peco set track spacer. So I'm very happy with the way that all went, and the tracks are finally in and all wired up. I've still got to do some weathering on the pits itself before we can really crack on and get some of the hard standing permanently fitted around. But I'm very happy with the way the locos seem to fit in there, and they're all looking pretty good. So since I shot this video, the Oxford Mark III's have got their own specific couplers on the market now. I missed out on them. They sold out when I checked, but I will be getting a set because the gaps really need reducing on those Mark III's. I was rummaging around in my video archive and I found this lovely footage of Tornado from a couple of years back when she visited Stafford on a Christmas cracker special. I think I've mentioned before that Tornado's my absolute favourite. Got a bit of an obsession with her, and these shots of that wheel spin, just the raw power the beast has is amazing. I love the loco so much. She's the only double O gauge steam locomotive that I've got, and it's this lovely Bachmann example. She runs beautifully. Not without her problems though. the 3 driving wheels are the only wheels that pick up, so you can stutter if the wheels aren't particularly clean. So I've bought some wiper pickups to add to the tender to hopefully improve that. There have been lots of jobs going on this month away from the layout itself. These catch pits from ScaleModelScenery are a welcome addition. I think these are a really good thing. They're only placed onto the ballast there, but they will be sunken in at a later time. But I think they're one of those things for a modern image railway. Really do add something with that little bit of detail. One of the jobs I've meant to get on with for some time now is to carry on modifying these Dapol overhead catenary cable hangers. So I've been doing that as well and adding them onto some plaster strut, so I can continue with my overhead work when time allows. Another aspect of a modern railway which I've trying to capture is the communication towers that you see dotted alongside the line. This one's just outside of Shrewsbury if you're going off towards Welshpool. Again, ScaleModelScenery has come to my rescue here. I bought this from the show some time back at Stafford. A nice intricate kit with plenty of scope to create something special with it. I'm going to work on it. So yeah, that's work in progress. That's definitely work in progress. So that's about it from me for this update. The catch pit's looking great, placed onto the track there, with Tornado looking magnificent. I'm very biased. I'm sorry if you don't like steam locos. Yeah, I've ordered some, as I mentioned earlier, some additional pickups from DCC Concepts store. So I'm going to add those to the tender at some point. I have got a TTS sound chip for it, but haven't had time to fit that yet. So I'll leave you with a few stills of my my Bachmann Tornado, and thanks for taking the time out to watch the video as usual. If you've subscribed and the subscriber numbers are still going up, thanks very much. That's really great to see. So yeah, I'll look forward to bringing you some more updates from Colwich Junction and some live running shots of the real things going past at the end of the road. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.